Check 1, 2, mic check. Right on top of it.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Very good.
Turn this. Let's see if I can get a better angle. All right, still good?
Sleeping with the ocean, where the men will meet their fate. Well, they haven't come for me yet. I guess they're running late. Guess it's time to move on. Raise the anchor and join the race. Cause time is getting older at an alarming rate.
Ready?
Hope that I can move faster than them. Raise the flag and fire away. Wait until you see the whites of their eyes. Send the bastards to their graves.
All right, so good evening, ladies and gents.
Damn, I'm sweating bullets. I don't run cause I ain't fast. With the ocean's feeling right, I'm coming home alive tonight. With my tooth grin and a rusty knife. Man alive, I'm going under. Wish my crew they could have seen. The ghosts are in the distance, chasing vessels that are chasing me. Hope that I can move faster than them. Raise the flag and fire away. Wait until you see the whites of their eyes. Send the bastards to their graves. Think about it, put it this way. Either die or pestis. You don't really know the feeling till a bullet hits your chest. Anyone you can depend down.
So also we hope that
Serves a
transcript
rappy
well,
Falbian.
which, by the way, is going to be playing
Dump that liquid courage.
on 6th of November.
Dive in and hold your breath. Hope that
So our record is called
can
New
move faster than them.
Southern First
Raise the flag
and
fire
we're
away.
very proud of it. It's a long time on it.
Until you see the whites of their eyes. Send the bastards to their graves.
song starts out kind of slow so far. Not the title track. We started in kind of and bridge band like fun, but also more but really has and then at the end, we kind of me and Nelson, we straight off in Marshall, things like that. It's really something that really perseveres. So while not a title track of the song,
That's just a lot. I was basically title. I think I just
relationship is definitely more of a drop tuning, kind of do some drop tuning stuff.
on spice part of it. But
Also, outlet for the people to expressing yourself, working through something. And a lot of times, you know, you come out the other side and you create something beautiful.
Mhm.
Relationship is definitely, it's a heavier song. We
Yeah.
enjoy playing it. It's got some really nice fills by Mr. Noah here on the drums. So we have a good time with that song as well. So again, that is Relationship.
Moving on was the part two to that I like, it's the only one that you'll hear me play guitar on. I still don't know how I put that together, but
A lot of chicken
a lot of
picking.
finger,
It's
a lot of finger
definitely
picking and all that. No one would have
completely
expected
left
I
turn.
would have.
Yeah, completely left turn when it
But-
comes to the genres and things like that.
Yeah.
But we also get a chance to give Nelson a break on guitar. He's
Mhm.
just singing. And then we have Noah here playing some really nice, kind of like, almost like a banjo-esque type part. And it really, it kind of, it definitely gives like a nice transition to a lot of the heavier stuff into more of our classic rock section.
Yeah.
So I like playing that song a lot.
Alright, so I just came out here tweaking with the sound a little bit. I guess they couldn't hear us that well, but I think I fixed it. Thank you, Larry, for pointing that out. So I guess the next song to kind of talk over would be you guys moving on in Relationship and Alice. One of the more steadfast, I guess you could say like a foundation song would be 1588. It's a very simplistic in a sense where it deals with the Spanish Armada. I believe it's one of Nelson's Universe songs where his writing is very unique because
I think he was listening to Doctor Who. He was watching Doctor Who. So there's definitely a time travel aspect to that song. But again, as far as the structure of the song, it's less is more. There's definitely a very distinct riff to the song. And, you know, sometimes Nelson breaks into a kind of a solo towards the Great.
yeah, it's a very unique song. It's definitely enjoyable, and it's another song that could be the top of the list to kind of start off. So that's what we put it at the beginning of the album, and you'll see a trend kind of goes from a kind of a light perspective to more of a darker sense, but not dark and like dreading, but they all deal with certain aspects of humanity, like adventure, relationships, love, and all that good stuff. And so 58 kind of starts off that train there. Then the next would be A flat, which deals another caveat for Nelson, where it's almost simple and similar to 58, but it deals with a crazy girl kind of just kidnapping you and taking you on across town and wherever to rob banks. And it's a kind of a more faster paced song that we have, and it's definitely
Happens to be in the key of A flat.
yeah, so it's pretty unique in its own kind of take. Very fast, very very loose, and it's a good enjoyable song. So the hallmark of the self-entitled album will be New Southern Perspective, which we kind of came to agreement that should be the title of it, not because of the song itself or this relationship to the Civil War, but it kind of takes a peek into the insight of the individual, or individuals, you could say, where the perspective of this man was a deserter from the Civil War and wanted nothing to do with it. And it kind of takes a show with everything else where you have this sensation of you're done fighting for something you don't want or didn't need to do, and you kind of wanted to break away and do your own thing. And so that perspective, that man, kind of transpires to the rest of the album, where there's several perspectives and different takes of everyone in this world. And so that's why we kind of got the name, not only for the song, but for the album.
It definitely, it's, when you hear about things that happen, it's really just kind of gloss over. Well, this happened because of this, and this group of people felt this way, and things like that. You really don't hear the individual stories, especially something that happened so long ago. So again, it's just in general, everyone. It's easy to group people into, certain thoughts, certain ways of thinking, and that sort of thing. And definitely the song touches on the aspect of individualism. And while most people might feel some way, someone might not feel the same way at all. So again, it's more about knowing who you are and how you express yourself.
All right,
Nelson's here.
Yeah, Nelson's finally here.
Nelson's here.
We'll let him take the mic right quick.
Wow. All right. So what's everybody? What's up, everybody? My name's Nelson Campbell, the singer, guitar player for Pagan River Madness, and we're right there, right?
Yeah, that's the camera.
We're right here too.
We're right here.
Yeah.
Right there. Right
All
here.
right.
Everywhere.
Hey, we want to come live and talk to you guys about the album coming out. About you guys want to guys meet him. So we're here. So
So the fall. What was the because again, it's more of a that song is definitely as far as a guitar player goes. It's a building song. We start very clean, very slow and things like that, and it kind of builds up into this huge crescendo towards the end, and it's like a journey going from point A to point B. It definitely grows as it goes. It's all that song is definitely
It's a part of me, or Bad Boy Saga as a song. First one, something called the Endless Fall. Well, the endless endeavor, where life seems like it's endless and there's always an endeavor. So the fall is kind of the first where boy meets girl, girl isn't really sure what she wants to do, and boy's like, well, I mean, you should be interested, but she's really not, and so you're kind of transgressing through the fall season to kind of where the winter can be kind of calming, but yet a storm as well. And so I kind of wrote that in the sense that it was the beginning of the end for another beginning. So that's why this is the fall kind of was the notion as well. It was written in the fall, which is kind of a coincidence, I guess. But
it's got that pumpkin spice flavor. Oh yeah,
Starbucks
pumpkin
all
spice
the way.
scarves and hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. Multiple shots of espresso.
This is the fall.
So yeah, that is the fall. What do we have left? Nature.
Kind of proggy towards the middle of it, and definitely at the end, it kind of goes all out. Me and Nelson trade off on guitar solos once again, which we enjoy doing, and we're able to, kind of play off each other. It's great.
same stage. We've got songs like The Fall, very emotionally driven, very well. I guess a lot of our songs. Yeah. Maybe like 1588, a bit more, less of a hey.
Yeah, we told them about how you watched it. Or at
Oh,
least
y'all
I think
remember
so.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching
Some
Doctor
time
Who
travel.
and playing art, and I found like a some kind of boat and got on the boat. And I was like, I'm gonna live on this boat. And
Did it have pirates?
And then I was starting to think like, am I gonna pirates? So what would Doctor Who or someone that had capabilities of travel? Where would they?
Some timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. Except for hell yes. So,
Oh,
yes. So that is definitely a 2-syllable word.
So that came about because I was texting y'all like the next and I was like, let's do it.
That's kind of like our party rock anthem there. That's definitely upbeat. You can get a little dancey. It's nice. And that's usually kind of pick up the tempo, especially after some of the more emotional stuff. Sometimes it's a nice transition in between the two.
Yeah.
Hell. Like y'all? I mean, kind of, but not really.
It's like a Venn diagram, healing y'all, where it meets in the middle. That's what.
So just to drive the point home, our album, New Southern Perspective, is coming out on the 31st of October. We are going to be having our show, a concert right afterward on the 6th of November. We're going to be at the Riff House in Chesapeake, Portsmouth, that area. I don't know where the demarcation point is. In Southern Virginia. Exactly. So the reason why we want to kind of drive that home is because we want to see all y'all out there, and we really appreciate coming out and show some support. Again, November 6th. Details will be coming as far as times go and things like that, but it's a great venue. Good venue. Absolutely.
More than
The wintertime, everyone wants
if
to.
possible.
Yes, for sure.
Guys, all that. Where do you want to? You know, it might be a little while for some places, but I guess it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty.
Turn it having have that intention that goes with trying.
That's why we feel so proudly about what we've accomplished. Because again, we all are working guys. Everyone here has a day job and things like that. And so, again, we make sure we make the time for the band. We put a lot of heart and soul into it, and hopefully that comes across on the album.
Pretty much we all fix it.
Yeah, we kind of fix stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We kind of fix stuff.
Let's focus on the now.
Question.
Well, while we wait for that, we could probably talk about, some people are interested in the kind of gear that we use and how we got the sounds and things like that on the album itself. Nelson, if you want to kind of start out, your guitars, your amp.
guitars.
Once again in the dark, perhaps to break the
He found it in a pawn shop.
Because there's no microphone over there.
He says it's his favorite guitar right now.
So this guitar is the Stedman. I feel like Stedman. This guitar is a Stedman. I feel like Stedman is a good name for it. I haven't really named this guitar.
There's time for the naming.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a Fender, but a copy, but a good copy. I feel like they really put into what they wanted to see in a Fender guitar into this guitar, but make it so that it's affordable. And then the luthier man right here, Corey, set this thing up, and it just purrs. It is perfect. So we're going to show you guys some of that. I don't know. Are we going to do that sometime soon, like a little live jam session?
Yeah, we could probably do it. Maybe next weekend.
Okay. Yeah, we just got to fix some, technical issues.
The
and then,
concert on the 6th.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to pass the mic back to Corey because we got to see the Starship Enterprise over here.
So basically, my equipment, I've got a couple different guitars. I've been playing since I was probably about 15 years old, and so over that time, I've kind of acquired some stuff. I've got two main guitars. I've got a Hamer Explorer, which was made in Korea back in probably 2004. I've also got a PVT-60, which is an American-made guitar that's from the late 70s. Really kind of one of those sleeper guitars. Definitely a pawn shop find for sure. Got a bunch of different pedals and things like that. The amplifier I use doesn't have a lot of sound. It's more of just a loud, clean amp. And I just run a bunch of pedals through it because I have a little bit more control over it and a little bit more reliable. I think the solid state aspect, although most guitar players will say you got to have that tube overdrive. I like reliability, and it doesn't weigh a ton, so I can appreciate that as well. So you guys will see me. I have a bit of a collection over here, but it works. So we have a good time. It definitely helps out with the creativity. I'm able to change my tone throughout the entire set because, like I said, as the album goes, we're able to change different sounds, and we kind of go from a heavier to a lighter sound, and I'm able to do all that just by a stomp on a switch. Here you go, Noah.
And here's the analog version. No, so I have the Pearl. It's I believe it's between 95 and 97 for the year. I know that because the serial isn't on there. So been playing since 99. That's when I got this. Only use Remo heads, only use the Pearl shells, original everything. I have mostly Zildjian cymbals with the exception of this. This was yours at one point. The Aguazarian, the Crash. The Trash Crash. Yes, I love it. Yeah. Really?
Pieces, and then I still have that other drum in mine. Frank's the one.
And for those who don't know, three of us used to be in the river. Before that, me and Nelson here were in I don't know how many other garage bands. It goes back a while. Shoot.
2007. You remember doing a show at the club?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I think you played guitar and I sang Hendrix. Hey Joe. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
And
good.
Stephen Walker,
Yeah.
Kelsey there.
Going down memory.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
What about you? What kind of equipment do you use?
All right, so I have a Ibanez Soundgarden. It's a nice little thing I've had for about 10 years, 11 years. I have BC Rich, but that thing's too bulky. It was a nice signature of Trivium's basses. It's nice, but doesn't really fit what we do here, so it's kind of on the back burner. Then the amps, I usually use Ampeg, a BA 115 and a 210. And so I don't use any pedals because the sound's pretty good enough. So that's most of the gear that I have. Mike picked up one, like a AKG or something like that from the good old local guitar center. But usually that's kind of the gear set that I have. Recording wise, there's a simple interface from Octacapture that I got for us. And when we were thinking of, we could go to the, record somewhere, I was like, hey man, we can go right here. So I set all that stuff and figured it out. And did most of all the recording and most of the pre-mixing before we shipped it out, get mastered by our good friend Doran over in Italy. He's probably asleep right now, but he did a very good job on the budget that we have. And so we're pretty proud of what we're able to record and what he was able to do to help our sound professional. So shout out to him and all of our artists that we kind of employed as well. Ashley and I think her name was Faiz from Pakistan. A very nice lady. Did a lot of the album work for the album cover and the rest of the digital booklet. You can get the booklet on Bandcamp. I should be able to have it put on iTunes, everywhere else. Spotify, I have all the individual song covers as well with the lyrics on it. So I hope you guys will get to see those and enjoy those. She really did a good job finding what fit each song and got those out there. So we are working on merchandise. We're going to get that hopefully going around November. Hopefully we'll have some stuff for the show. So be patient with that. We'll get that out and we'll start going from there. And so we're always near our phones or whatnot. So you should send us a message or on Facebook. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud. We will be on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Tidal, Apple Music. We're going to be everywhere on the 31st. So ain't no excuse not to have that album. So. But we will have digital physical copies. We'll work on getting some CDs out as well. For all the old timers like ourselves that grew up on 8-tracks and CDs and cassettes. We probably won't have cassettes.
I didn't grow up on 8-track.
We'll try to get some vinyls out as well because I know people love vinyls. So we're going to make their music available through all means as possible. And so that kind of does it for me. Anyone else have anything?
Again, October 31st, we've got the album coming out. November 6th, we're going to be at the Riff House. Come out and say hey. We'll be there.
All right, we're going to give it a minute to see if there's any questions, and we'll close it out because we're going to go ahead and practice. And again, we might have a live stream jam next week. So I'll put an event out through Facebook for you guys to see that if you want to go ahead and watch that. We're streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. For some reason, Instagram's not working, but you see it on Facebook. They link to each other. All right, so last round for any questions.
Floor's open. Anything and everything will be answered.
Be doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you miss it now, you can just message us. We'll definitely answer anything. So. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, man. How's it going? I see you out there. Long time. Is not punk rock.
That is true. 100%.
And if that's the case, how can we fix this? Wow.
New is
Yeah.
Right.
It is the Roaring 20s. Unless we forget.
I need to dye my hair jet black. Great. Great. Have it
Jesus.
hanging down like right here.
It's great to be together. Yeah.
Hey, Mom. We're having fun.
You should be very proud of your son.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. I love you.
Let's see.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace.